United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Here.
Alderman Jean Francois.
Here.
Alderman Johnson.
Here.
Alderman Woolman Ray.
Here.
Alderman Kleiner.
Here.
Alderman Green.
Here.
Alderman Witt.
Here.
Alderman Massey.
Here.
President Rodriguez.
Here.
All present.
Okay, approval of minutes.
We have the minutes of September 19th and October 3rd, October 3rd, 2023.
So moved. Motion by Alderman Massey for both. Alderman Witt. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, no correspondence for the good of the city. We have a special presentation from the school district.
Greetings, President Rodriguez, Mayor DeStefano, and members of the council. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity here this evening to just share very briefly about a proposition that will go before the voters that we think is important for the city, the school district, and school communities across the state. I just have a few notes here, and then we're going to go to a video that'll give you, I think, a better description and include some visuals too. So tomorrow, New Yorkers have an opportunity to change the state's constitution with Proposition number 1. So this change affects small cities, and in particular, school districts with Proposition number 1, which increases our current debt limit if it votes in the affirmative from 5% to 10%. This change allows Middletown City School District and the 56 other small city school districts across the state equal opportunities as our rural and suburban counterparts. This is important because with our school district's budget, which even voting in the affirmative on this proposition still forces the district, rightfully so, to put a budget in front of its community and have them vote on it. So we want to make sure that our constituents walk away from this not thinking that a vote in the affirmative on Proposition 1 takes away their power to still use their voice at the time that the school district presents the community with its budget. It doesn't do that. All it does is enable us to put before our school community in a fiscally responsible way projects that are more efficient because our borrowing power would be that of our suburban and rural counterparts. And so what I'd like to do is cue up the video, give you an opportunity to view it. It's about 5-ish minutes, and then we can take any questions from members of the council. Okay? Thank you.
Proposition 1, the constitutional amendment on repeal of debt ceiling for small city school districts. It's a complicated title, but a simple concept: fairness. Small city school districts are defined as the school districts of each city that has fewer than 125,000 inhabitants. There are currently 57 small city school districts throughout New York State, which make up 8% of all New York school districts and include about 200,000 students. Being a small city school district has nothing to do with enrollment, district size, or budget. To be labeled as a small city school district just means that their district is within a city, or their district includes a city within its borders. The New York State Constitution has different rules for small city and suburban or rural school districts. That made sense back in 1938 when the last state constitution was adopted. Back then, small city schools had different rules for their budgets and finance. But since the mid-1980s, the New York State Legislature has been working to align small city school districts with their suburban and rural counterparts. Today, small city school districts have the same budget, tax, and voting procedures as other public schools. But there is one remaining major difference for small city school districts: the debt limit. To be fiscally responsible, the New York State Legislature established debt limits for all school districts, or a limit on how much money they could responsibly borrow. Suburban and rural school districts may borrow up to 10% of their property tax base. New York City schools can borrow up to 10%. Big city school districts, like Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo, and Yonkers, can borrow up to 9%. But small city school districts can only borrow up to 5%. If they wish to borrow more than 5% of their property tax base, they have to get permission from the New York State Board of Regents, get permission from the state comptroller, and have a supermajority pass a referendum that states that the project will exceed the constitutional debt limit. This inequality is made worse by another rule that hurts small city school districts. When non-city school districts borrow money, they are allowed to subtract any applicable state aid before computing their debt. Small city school districts are not allowed to do this. Let's take a look at how that can really create an uneven situation for districts and their students. Suburban district and small city district had the same amount of students, a similar budget, and district property values of $500 million. Both districts want to do a $30 million capital project for safety and security upgrades, and both will receive $21 million in state aid for the project. Under the current law, Suburban District will have a $50 million debt limit, or 10% of $500 million. Small City District will have a $25 million debt limit, or 5% of $500 million. Already, the Small City School District has half of the borrowing power of their very similar neighbor. The cost for this project, $30 million, exceeds Small City School District's debt limit, but is little more than half of Suburban District's limit. Now, let's add in the state aid rule. State aid is money that the state will contribute to the project. Suburban District is allowed to subtract their $21 million in state aid before establishing their debt limit, which makes sense because they're not actually borrowing $30 million. They are only borrowing $9 million after the $21 million of state aid is applied. However, Small City School District is not allowed to do that. They have to include money that they won't be borrowing in their debt total. The result? Suburban District is using 18% of their borrowing capacity to do this much-needed project. Small City District is over their debt limit and must get permission from the New York State Board of Regents and State Comptroller, which takes time, must present their vote as exceeding the constitutional debt limit, and must obtain a supermajority to pass the referendum for the exact same project. Over time, Suburban District will be able to provide much more for their students and their communities. They could do 5 of these projects before hitting their debt limit, or they could do a much larger project under the same rules. In this case, Suburban District could do a $165 million project before exceeding their debt limit, while Small City District has to break up projects over several years to stay under their debt limit. Students in Suburban District could have a brand new building in the span of 3 years and remain under their debt limit, while students in Small City District would have to wait over a decade for the same building under theirs. And the only difference is one district is labeled a small city school district. You might be thinking, this sounds like a simple decision, so what's the catch? There is no catch. Schools will also still need to get voter approval for budgets and projects. Changing the Constitution will not raise taxes. In fact, it will allow small city districts to complete projects with better financial efficiency. So what will change if this vote passes? Voting yes for this constitutional amendment is an easy way to help your neighboring communities and put small city districts on equal footing with their neighbors. Voting yes will create equality, support over 200,000 New York students, uplift communities, and fix an unintended mistake. The New York State Legislature has already passed this bill, recognizing the inequality of the different debt limits and financial rules. Now, Proposition 1 goes to New York State voters. This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to make an impactful change for small city school districts. We urge our community members to vote yes to Proposition 1 in the New York general election on November 7th and create equality for all New York State students in their school communities.
So just in closing, I again want to thank the council and the mayor and the city of Middletown at large and our neighbors in the town of Wallkill for all of the support that they provide for the school community. Two springs ago, the mayor and I stood outside of City Hall, and we're talking about the revitalization of the school and the community, and I think both agree that you can't have one being empowered and growing and becoming fabulous without the other, right? So when the city wins, the school district wins. When the school district wins, the city wins. So this change in the Constitution would absolutely, in my opinion, result in the city and the school district winning. There would be revitalization and growth in both areas, and both are very valuable and important to us. So we'll take any questions you have, and want to thank you again for the time this evening.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Mayor?
There's also a second proposition dealing with small cities, and that's on sewage. And basically the same type of resolution or proposition where small cities have to be renewed for every 10 years in order for us to basically stretch out our borrowing when we do repairs or new facilities. So I would encourage everyone to vote yes on both resolutions or both propositions, because they both affect small cities such as Middletown. And we know how important it is to maintain our finances. And, you know, we're going to be talking budget later, and we have, I think, almost 10 years in a row now staying under the tax cap. And part of that is our ability to borrow money and stretch project costs out over a period of time, rather than expensing these large-scale projects in a short period of time. So that's my pitch there. But on a better note, members of the council and ladies and gentlemen in the audience, today we gather here also to pay tribute to an extraordinary individual who has dedicated a significant part of his life to serving our community with unwavering commitment and selflessness. We're here to honor and celebrate the remarkable career of our former fire chief, Merritt Winter. And Chief, can you please come forward? I know you're here. And welcome to your family. We're going to embarrass you a little bit, Chief. So Merritt Winter's journey into the world of firefighting began decades ago, and his dedication to this noble profession has been nothing short of awe-inspiring. For 64 years, he served the Middletown Fire Department. For 12 of those years in the line as one of the chiefs or assistant chiefs, and 4 years at the helm of the fire department as chief, leading with grace, courage, and unyielding spirit that truly set him apart. I had the privilege of working with Chief Merritt as a member of the council, and he truly is an inspiring man. In the world of firefighting, we often use the words like bravery, heroism, and dedication to describe men and women who put their lives on the line to protect our community. Merritt Winter exemplifies all of those qualities and more. In addition to his commitment to the fire department, his community service work extended beyond that. Chief Winter served as a committee member of the New York Rising Committee and the program to address the flooding issue after Hurricane Sandy and all the damage we had here in the city of Middletown. He is a regular attendee at Common Council meetings, strong opinions on many issues, but always respectful. He currently volunteers as a driver for Meals on Wheels. In addition, Merritt's service goes beyond the call of duty. He has been an integral part of our community, working tirelessly to educate and inspire the next generation of firefighters. His commitment to training and mentoring has left an indelible mark on our department, ensuring that our firefighters are not just well prepared, but are also compassionate and dedicated to our community's well-being. Beyond the fire station, Merritt Winter has been a friend and a pillar of support for so many in our community. His kindness, his willingness to lend a hand, and his genuine concern for the welfare of our residents have made him a beloved figure in our city. Today, as we honor Merritt Winter, we are here not just celebrating a career, but a legacy of service and sacrifice that will continue to inspire us for generations to come. It is with this immense gratitude and pride that we recognize his unparalleled contributions to our community. Merritt, your dedication to our community has left an indelible mark, as I said earlier, and your legacy will continue to shine brightly. As a token of our appreciation and respect, we present to you, on behalf of the Middletown Common Council and the residents of our city, the key to our city today. But more important than this physical symbol, please know that your name will be forever etched in the hearts of the people you have served so faithfully. In addition, on November 18th, 2023, Mayor Winter will turn 90 years old. In honor of your love and dedication to our city, I am presenting you with a certificate this evening, and the Common Council will be passing a resolution dedicating November 18th, 2023 as Merit Winter Day in the city of Middletown. In closing, let us all join together in a round of applause for Merit Winter, a true hero and a remarkable individual who has dedicated his life to making our community safer and stronger. So thank you, Chief Winter, for your years of dedicated service. You're an inspiration to all of us, and your impact on our community and will never be forgotten. And congratulations on a career well lived. Here is our key to the city, along with this certificate of recognition. Reading on the occasion of this 90th birthday, the city of Middletown is proud to declare November 18th as Merit Winter Day in the city of Middletown.
Thank you, Mayor.
There you go. The microphone.
I'm kind of overwhelmed, but I've spent a lot of years in the fire department, 64 of them. However, the things I learned as fire chief in terms of management of people, observing contracts and all that sort of stuff, turned into financial compensation because it was recognized at my employment. And I was promoted and given greater salary because of that. So the other thing is that I've met and worked with some great people. And it's, I don't think that the city owes me anything. I've benefited from it, and I really appreciate the recognition. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We want to get a picture with you, with the Common Council, if you don't mind.
Don't mind. No.
You gotta hold this. You hold one, I'll hold the other for you. All right.
Everybody look. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
That was nice. Nice to do good things.
Okay, for the good of the city, anyone else who'd like to address the council, please step forward. Hearing none, remarks of the mayor.
Just a reminder to the public, the council and the board, especially the Board of Estimate, is aware that we will be holding our public hearing for the 2024 budget on November 15th. The budget will be available to view on the website tomorrow, November 7th, and the city will be having the budget hearings on November 15th at 4 p.m. We'll also accept written comment. That will give people basically a week to review the proposed budget and make any recommendations they see fit to the Common Council. You know, about a week or two ago, we made a big marijuana bust. Not we, the Middletown Police Department did. And once it appeared on social media, a lot of support for the hard work and thank yous to the Middletown Police Department. But there were also quite a few comments which I thought really exemplified how poorly New York State did this marijuana turnout and these new laws. And one of the reasons why I recommended, and council, I believe, for the same reasons, opted out of the state marijuana program. And this is the bust that we made on Wickham Avenue. And as you can see, everything in this picture is marketed to kids. Now, tell me if you approve as a parent sitting home who supports the marijuana laws that when your son or daughter is at a friend's house and they go into the cabinet and they think they're taking out a bag of Crunch Berries and they're taking out a bag of cannabis-infused cereal. And that's the type of thing that we're up against. So people need to realize, I don't really care if you smoke marijuana. I don't like to smell it. I don't think you should be smoking it in front of my kids, my grandkids, or even your own kids. I don't believe people who live in an apartment building should suffer with the odor coming out of your apartment because you feel like it's important for you to smoke marijuana, and the people's children are suffering in the other apartments. And believe me, we get a lot of those calls, especially from Fourth Ward residents, Ridge Street, one building in particular, where I believe the lady has finally able to locate another apartment out of that building, but they were forced to move because of the odor of marijuana in the building, and that her young children under the age of 10, I believe, were suffering from the odor. So this is not the big picture legalization. This is the small picture in locally how this phase in of this marijuana law has really been so screwed up and has just exacerbated the problem in communities such as ours. And now people really think that it's legal for them to sell products like this. We are looking to toughen the laws even more, working with the State Cannabis Control Board. The chief has really focused on this in our community. We've been really focusing on tobacco shops. I'm going to introduce what other communities seem to be doing throughout the state in regards to these tobacco shops that are operating in a way that makes it almost not impossible, because obviously we're busting some of them, but it's making it very difficult and taking up a lot of police resources, because we can bust the same place over and over again, and there's basically no penalty except maybe some small financial penalty. And it takes a lot of police resources to bring these things about. The city of Syracuse is one community that has now issued permits for people who sell tobacco. So I forwarded to the Corporation Council to do the research, hoping that we will be able to have a local license, that if a tobacco shop such as this was a tobacco shop, engages in certain types of activities such as this, that are directed towards our kids and our community, that we would then have the ability to close that place down by revoking, after due process, their permit to operate as a business. Currently, we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed because the planning board approval is a approval to the property. It's an approval for that person to operate, or that business to operate at that property. So it looks like communities throughout New York State are trying to be creative now in how they're approaching these things, so that local control will have a little bit more authority. And that, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention, but more importantly, I wanted to bring to the public's attention what is going on out there. This is not the first bust that we've made where we've had cannabis Crunch Berries or Skittles or candies of that type. I think every one that we made in these tobacco shops has resulted in this. And there are, of course, legitimate tobacco shops, too, that are not engaged in this type of behavior. But we need to change our focus a little bit and give the police department some additional tools, and that's why I've requested the Corporation Council look into the matter. And we will keep you abreast. On the positive side, we had 2 ribbon cuttings this past week or two. Saturday morning, we had Dunkin' Donuts, the new one on Dolson Avenue. It's a very busy place right now. And the Pegasus Shipping Center on East Main Street. Mr. Massey represented me at that. I was unable to make that one, but coincidentally, I did make the donut one. But, so congratulations to both businesses, and we wish them well. The tree arrival. The tree will arrive at John F. Degnan Square on Saturday, November 11th. And this year, a tree is donated by the Artizzoni family out in Scotchtown. I believe, yeah, this is a picture of that tree. I thought she was Mrs. Artizzoni was in the picture. Just to give you an idea, I think it was measured at 38 feet. Oh, she is down there at the bottom there.
Yeah, right at the bottom left.
Yeah. So it was measured at 38 feet, and we're looking to another successful event, and I'm sure Maria will go into further detail on that. Tomorrow is Election Day. If you haven't voted already, please remember to go out and vote. Remember, when the community votes, people at other levels pay more attention to us. And it's important that we show that Middletown is participating in that system. And bells are ringing now when I said that. Hear that?
Yeah, we're going to see white smoke pretty soon.
The clock in the back, the grandfather clock, was donated in memory of my father-in-law and his wife, Charles and Pat Clark, and by their family, and hopefully Mr. Rodriguez won't take it home. I know he loves it.
He'll be sitting next to the dog.
Yeah. Veterans Day is coming up, and rather than, we are fortunate to have one veteran on our Common Council, only one, and that's Mr. Massey. So I'm going to defer to him to talk about the Veterans Day ceremonies within the city of Middletown when that time comes up. And that's all I have for this evening. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to address them.
Any question for the mayor? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, remarks to department heads. Economic development.
Good evening. I'll just go into the tree arrival for Saturday, give you some background on all the donated services for this, just for the arrival. We have Aspen Landscaping and Tree Service, who for years have been donating their service to cut the tree. Regional Trucking will be transporting the tree in. Light Bright Signs is going to be there with a crane operator to assist as well. And of course, thank you to the Artizzone family for donating this year. Also, DPW Jacob, thank you. Ross was on the tree hunt as well, helping, assisting, and DPW is going to be involved on Saturday as well with the cutting of the tree, transporting and installing it at Degnan Square. Also, PD Chief, thanks for the police escort for that day. And along with the tree hunt, Ross, John Bianchi, Joseph Ferraro, the bid, and all of us have been diligently finding that 38+ foot tree for the square. And then we moved to Saturday, November 18th, where the tree is going to be decorated, and that's by Harry Bertolo and Sons, IBEW 363 Electrical Union Workers. They will be traditional, as they've been doing for many years as well, donating their services to decorate the tree. And then the ceremony is Friday, November 24th. Santa arrives via Middletown fire truck, and we look forward to a big parade again and a big ceremony. And as you can tell, the season is here. It's upon us, so we're super excited. Also, tonight I look for your support on a municipal legislative grant sponsored by legislator Michael Paduch for $4,999, and it will go towards the purchase of a canopy for Degnan Square for the stage. So during the summer months, we will have some kind of coverage for the stage. And on the Community Development Agency front, November 9th this week, we will be closing on the Linden Avenue property that's been in contract, so we're closing this week on that property. And we'll have a new homeowner going in, worked with Pastone, our office, with the program, the grant program and all that. So we look forward to a new homeowner at that property this week. And that's all I have.
Any questions for Maria? Great job, Maria.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Jerry, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I don't know this is actually your department, but we have a resolution for borrowing $500,000 for the decorative lighting downtown, and that I just wanted to make the point that that's
Reimbursable.
that we have a grant for that, and that will be reimbursed.
Correct. You accepted the grant at the last meeting, but this is for the setting up the line and the borrowing, and it is a reimbursable grant.
In the meantime, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Maria. DPW Commissioner?
Good evening, all. We'll start with the reservoir water level for Alderman Massey. We are at 102%, so that means we're overflowing, which is very good.
You didn't think I'd understand that?
No, of course you do. The other thing is good news that Kench Dam has been completed, and DEC came and they've done the final inspection and they accepted it. The contractor was over there today and tomorrow doing some punch list items. And we're going to be doing some modification to the piping ourselves in order to be able to install a flow meter that is required by the DEC, and that's for the bypass flow around the dam. They want to know exactly how much water we are bypassing around the dam, and before there's a minimum we have to comply with. So that will be done in short order. And Shuwangang dams, also excellent news. All 3 dams have been completed. DEC has done the inspection, and they approved the work, and now there is some minor piping that has to be done for the bypass pumping at Shuwangang, which will be done by the contractor. There's some delay in there for a couple of weeks for fabrication of the piping, and he will be here to complete it. That was Servodone. They've done an excellent job for us on the dams. Traffic operation. The project today, we've done the contractor did the final paving in here, Franklin Square, and all the approaching roads into it. And so there will not be any more paving until next year because of the weather. However, they'll continue to work on some sidewalks, no more curbing, just sidewalks, weather permitting. And the electrician, Ray Pentel, hopefully he'll be able to work throughout the winter installing the traffic light poles and doing his electrical wiring and so on. So that's the plan for it. The mayor and I have applied for an additional $642,000 grant from the DOT under CMAQ funding, and Orange County Transportation Council has approved it, but the final vote will not happen until December. But the point is they've already indicated their approval to it, which is very good for us. That's an additional almost $750,000 additional funding for this project, the traffic operations. We have an annual inspection by the Department of Health for our water treatment plant, and now we're working to reactivate our package plant because the mayor, he'll update you at some point. We've been having some very interesting and fruitful meetings with the county and other agencies. Again, the mayor will talk about that. There's a need for us to activate our dissolved air flotation, the package plant, and have it ready to go online to deliver more water, hopefully, which will be great for us and for our funding for our water system. Highland Avenue tank, bad news today. The contractor, the GC, painting the tank, his insurance has expired today, so we gave him a stop work order. He can no longer do any work at the site until he takes care of his insurance. Hopefully it's only paperwork, and it will be reactivated tomorrow, and then he can resume the work. But that's a weather sensitive operation, the painting of Highland Avenue tank, and we're concerned about it. I just wanted to bring that to your attention so you're aware of our concern. And just to conclude, I know tomorrow is election day, and you drive around the city and even outside the city, the stuff that you see here and the stuff you don't see here, because it's way out in different towns, township, whether it is the dams, the reservoirs, the water lines, the flow meters, the sewer lines, all the work, along with the traffic operation work. This could not have been done without the support and the encouragement of obviously the mayor and the council president, but also all the council members that supported us. Without that support, none of this would happen. So I just wanted to acknowledge them just before they usually acknowledge our achievement. I want to acknowledge their understanding and support and encouragement for everything that we do. And none of this stuff will be done without the mayor, council president, and the council supporting it. You have any questions for him?
Any questions for Jacob? Alderman Kleiner?
Thank you, Jacob. Because it's a significant spending, would you explain a little bit about the resolution for the bond resolution for the additional $3.5 million for the water storage tank project?
Yes. Thank you. So this project started a few years ago where we appropriated $5.5 million in there for the water storage tanks out of city funding from the water fund balance or borrowing from under the water fund balance. In the meantime, we applied for a grant and funding from EFC, which has been approved. And they approved us up to $8+ million in there. And that will include replacement of 2 tanks and the repainting of Highland Avenue tank. Part of the $8 million they gave us, $3 million are grant, 2.9 something. Our grant. The rest of it is going to be funded through the state of New York under their rating, which is excellent, and they will get a very favorable interest rate. So that's what they increased. Before, it was just appropriating funding, $5.5 million for painting and replacing tanks and so on and so forth. And luckily, we applied, and we were very successful, and it's really great news. Instead of us paying back the $5.5 million out of our own borrowing, we were able to get just under $3 million of grant. The rest of it is going to be funded under the state revolving fund with the low interest loan.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Alderman Ray?
I was just curious if that Reservoir Trail were open again. I know
Sorry?
we work with the dams, the trails.
The trails, reservoir trails.
Yeah, they've been.
They're not reopened yet.
Well, I think they are. They should be reopened. We have just minor work to be done at Greenleaf, and then they should be reopened. And yeah.
And Jacob, I have a question. Sidewalks, the ones that had some cracks, are they going to be repaired?
Yes, it'll be. It depends on the severity of the crack. Most of them are going to be replaced, but we will have a detailed look at them. We still have the contractor for 1 year.
Who's maintaining the list? Is it
Sorry?
the city? The list of all the cracked?
We haven't really done a thorough inspection. It's to our advantage to let it go, but the engineer has a list already of the ones like in St. Paul in here. There's some of them are cracked. It's a huge project, so we expect something like that.
Okay.
But we will do one thorough investigation and walk through it.
Okay. Thank you.
The mayor is saying there is footprints in City Hall, in front of City Hall with the new sidewalk. That would be replaced too, so we'll add it to Council President list.
I'll get the list. Fire chief.
Other than congratulating past Chief Merritt Winter, Mayor, that was very nice what you did, what the council did for him tonight. Other than that, that's all I have. Questions?
Alderman Kleiner?
Sorry.
Is this going around to everybody tonight, Jerry?
Yeah, I think so. Any updates on Fireman Joe?
Fireman Joe, the foundation has been poured. That was poured 2 weeks ago. We're just waiting for the granite to come in.
Okay.
But the conduit's been run for the electric. We're told it was on board with doing all the electrical work, and we're going to have a couple of lights shining up on Fireman Joe, and we're adding another light because we're going to add a flagpole to if you're facing it, it'll be to the right of Fireman Joe.
Thank you.
But that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
And the colder it gets, the harder it's going to be to set the granite. So hopefully global warming kicks in and we'll be able to set it, and then it could get colder.
Rather
Right?
than later. Thank you.
Flagpole's gonna be the right
As you're facing Fireman Joe, it'll be to the right.
should always be to the right. Make sure you check your protocols.
It will be to the right.
Not as you're facing it, though.
Well, we'll just pretend we moved the flag over like they did the other night.
Check your protocols.
I'll check the etiquette for the flag, but that's the only response we got.
All
Any
right,
other
anyone
questions?
else? All right, thank you, Chief.
Thanks.
Assessor?
Good evening. I just wanted to thank all our veterans for their service to this country. And I wanted to mention that there is a veterans exemption if they're not aware of that. And you would just need to bring your DD 214 and a disability rating if you have one, and we'll get you started on it. So I just wanted to put that out there. Does anyone have any questions?
Any questions?
Okay,
Thank you. Police Chief.
Good evening. Just a few things this evening. Over the last couple of weeks, we've had a rash of car larcenies again. We've made a couple arrests, however, really hasn't quelled it all that much. They seem to be focused on unlocked cars, so once again, I encourage people to lock their cars just to help kind of deter that type of activity. Our monthly police commission meeting this month has been moved to Tuesday, November 14th due to some scheduling conflicts. And just a quick update, the council approved a grant project for us about a year or so ago in regards to cameras in the downtown. We're about 75% completed with that project. It's adding 29 cameras to our downtown area, which will be great. That includes like the skate park area, the pavilion, all the way through the downtown, some of the garbage disposals or deposits, and some of the common areas throughout the downtown. Other than that, I have nothing unless you have questions for me.
I do.
Alderman Massey?
Chief, I want to thank you and the department for all they did with the packages that were taken and also the car break-ins. Obviously, you're aware that I happen to be one of the people that got hit. I guess my big question is, you guys go out and you do all that work and everything. What now happens?
In regards to when you say what now, when we make an arrest?
You said you've made a couple of arrests. The individuals that have been arrested, what do they go through now? Is there a penalty?
So typically they're given an appearance ticket upon arrest. Depending on their criminal history and what else may be going on in their life will determine where that penalty ends. But the initial process is typically an appearance ticket.
Who makes the decisions from here?
In regards to?
What kind of penalty?
That's done through the court system between the judge and the district attorney's office.
You want to talk about the past history?
No, I don't think that's a good
Okay.
conversation to have here.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Superintendent of Recreation.
Good evening, everyone. Just a few updates with maintenance. The scoreboard is up at Woolslayer Field, and nothing but great feedback from the parents who were there this past weekend, being able to see the score, the time, and just the benefits of having a scoreboard there. November 9th, it is hero ready. The ice skating rink will be start to be installed already. We did need a new liner, only about $450, so a new liner had to be purchased for that, and also the company is coming to install it. If any of you went by last year and watched the installation, it is way out of our maintenance department's expertise. And the first night, just like last year, will be the tree lighting. Will be the first night that the ice skating rink is open, and that will have free skate sessions for about 3 hours throughout the night. Catch and fencing will finally be installing, Alderman Kleiner, the netting on Babe Ruth's side. So please let your residents know that'll be they're going to start that tomorrow, installing that netting, hopefully to prevent cars and with the foul balls. That's been a major ongoing issue there. Leaf removal, that's one of the major things they're working on. It's all over the parks. So just please give us patience and grace and time. There's a lot of leaves and only so many workers that we have. They're even assisting with DPW's leaf removal, so there's a lot of leaves in the city. So just give us time, and we are working to get them out the parks. Finally, after many complaints from residents that there's nothing for adults to do, that we don't offer programming for adults, we have pickleball for adults. We have instructional classes that started. This is our second session, and it did fill up as soon as we opened it. So that's our second session of instructional pickleball that filled up. We are starting a open play pickleball where it's not instruction. We have the 2 courts that we utilize on the gym floor. They pay, if they're a city resident, it's $10. Non-city, it's $15 for the night. You just come and they just play pickup games and rotate throughout the night. We're also happily starting volleyball. We finally got the system and the coaches, so we're even adding adult volleyball instructional clinics and also adult volleyball pickup games at night. And all those registrations are on the site. And with volleyball, we also have, starting at age 5, up through adults with the instructional classes for volleyball. The reservoir trails were mentioned. Our office will be in touch with Commissioner Twill just to get a confirmation on what trails, and then we will get a post up to the public so they can get out there and get on the trails that some of the phone calls that we've been receiving. So once we get the official notice of what trail is still closed and what trails are back open, we will get a post up tomorrow about that. And soon you will have coming before you, we're in the process of speaking with Civic Rec. The city, we changed to the Civic Plus, the website. Right now we use Edmunds GovTech for our registration system. Their customer service is not too good. We do have a lot of issues. The major obstacle that we face with Edmunds GovTech is they don't translate the site to Spanish. So that's a major issue that we have. We're lucky to have Salinas Rodriguez in the office, but it is a lot because she has to take the families, all their information in Spanish, load it into the system, create their account, and then literally read through every single program if they don't understand it or can't read English. So she's reading every single program, all the details, translating everything to them, and then signing their children up for programs. So we're working with Civic Rec right now. They gave us a demo and showed us what they offer, making it compatible with the city. We would get a discount because of the many civic programs that the city has. So we're just waiting for final pricing. Everything sounds great, but we're waiting for that final price to see what that cost is. And once we have that, we'll bring it back to the council and the Board of Estimate once we have those pricings. Any questions?
Any question for recreation? Alderman Kleiner.
Don't want to leave you out. We do have a resolution for the lighting at Will Slayer Field.
Yes.
And even though it's a lot of money, I just wanted, and I don't know if this is your department or Jacob's, but that the architect for the project had estimated at a little higher than the sole bid we got. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's all Jacob, so thank you. He handled all of that,
Okay.
putting out the bid and working with the architect for the pricing, so I can't take any credit, so.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
Good, thank you.
You. Civil Service.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to announce that Civil Service will be giving the following exams: the firefighter and the bilingual firefighter exam on Saturday, January 13th, obviously of '24. The important part is the applications must be received in the Civil Service office here in City Hall no later than 12 noon on Monday, December 4th, 2023. And they're $40 for each test. Obviously, if you want to take both tests, it's $80, and you can make one money order. But I want to get that out there because we've had a lot of inquiries about the next civil service test for firefighter and bilingual firefighter. So it's out there. Hopefully, people that were interested will sign up and then be here for the test in January. Thank you.
All right, remarks of Alderman Tobin.
I'd just like to thank Chief Merritt for his years of service to the city. Thank you.
Alderman John Francois.
Also, congratulations to Chief Winter. I mean, the name fits the person. I mean, he's really a winner because a lot of time when we have at the city events, he's always out there making his rounds and giving out flyers and trying to recruit folks for the fire department. I mean, he's just a great man. I just love to see him walking around and doing what he does. I want to thank him for his service. And also, tomorrow, please don't forget, we have to vote. There's 2 propositions. Please vote on both of them. Thank you.
Alderman Johnson.
Thank you. I'll second the motion for Chief Winter. Much appreciation. Thank you.
Alderman Ray.
I would just like to echo that. Chief Winter, ever since the moment I started on this council, has been a huge source of knowledge and information and history and background and almost anything I could possibly want to know about Middletown. I'm fortunate enough that he lives in our ward, and just third word, best word. We make the best. And I just wanted to congratulate him on being recognized tonight. It was well deserved. There isn't anyone more deserving of their own day here in the city, and that's all I have tonight.
Alderman Kleiner.
Thank you. Again, also Chief Winter, for so long has been recruiter deluxe for the fire department. He was unbelievable and has done so much for the city, so congratulations to him. Tomorrow is election day, and I've always said I'm a Democrat, small d, and I believe in voting, I believe in the process, and I want to thank the people out there. You already see some posts about worrying about who's going to do what with the votes. It doesn't happen with the Orange County Board of Elections and with our volunteers. They run it very well, and I thank everyone. They do get paid, but I thank them because it's a long, long day that they're out. So, and the warming station will be opening on November 19th, and that'll be at night, but there will be an opening ceremony November 19th at 7:30 p.m. So if anyone is interested in learning about the warming station, and there will be three more training sessions scheduled, and that's at the Mulberry House warming station, and that'll be 7 p.m. Wednesday, November 8th, and 7 p.m. Monday, November 27th, and then also 7 p.m. Tuesday, December 12th. And again, thank all the Turo College students and the other folks who show up, but volunteers, that's the main need always at the warming station. So if you think you can do it, please come out and see what it's about. Thank you.
Alderman Green.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Chief Winter and the word recruitment go together hand in hand. If there was an incident and there was a little crowd going, he had more pamphlets in his pocket ready to go for people and was ready to sign them up on the spot every time he was out there. So 90 years strong and no doubt 90 more to go. So, you know, congratulations to Chief Winter. You know, please go out and vote tomorrow. I can't stress the importance of it enough. Early voting, I just want to thank all the people who were out there working at the polls. I know early voting is not always the busiest days, so certainly the hours can get tedious, but everyone, when I went in, was very chipper and happy and willing to help. So be sure to thank them and, you know, kind of be kind to them tomorrow because they're definitely going to have a busy day. I just do want to bring up, that we have a constituents meeting. Thank you, Alderman Kleiner, for even reminding me. It's going to be Monday the 13th, and that'll be right here in the council chambers at 7 p.m. So we hope to see you then. Thank you.
Alderman Witt.
Thank you. I have a few things, but I will keep it moving, I promise. The leaf pickup is going on right now in the First Ward, so if you have not done that yet, if the weather's nice the next couple of days, you can get them out on the street, no more than 4 feet. We'd appreciate that. There's no school tomorrow for kids because there's a superintendent's conference day, and there's no school on Friday in honor of Veterans Day, even though that's the 10th. This weekend, coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is the New York State Boys Soccer Championships at Middletown High School. It is the 14th year that this has taken place here. This is a good thing for our community as well. We do hope that folks do solicit City of Middletown businesses and Alderman Johnson, Dr. Johnson also too, and Maria were very instrumental a couple of years ago coming up with a dining guide to let people know who attend this that there are options to dine in Middletown. And speaking with Maria before the meeting, those flyers and pamphlets will be available for people to see as they come into the stadium. Also, one final thing is the boys football team is going to be playing for a sectional championship on Saturday in Newburgh. President Rodriguez is son on the team. 1 o'clock. It's a couple of things. It's $8 to get in to the game, and it's only being done electronically. So there's an ability to order tickets ahead of time. It's a link that's on the Middletown School District website as well as the Facebook page. And I don't know, we're going to try to find out if there's some way that is showing this game for free. Maybe President
Wall Radio.
Wall Radio will have it also. But I know that the National Federation of High Schools cover it, but they don't give it away for free. So if Newburgh happens to record this, we will have the link on our website and on social media so our community can watch this game as well from home. That's it. Thank you.
Alderman Massey.
First for Chief Winter, I've known you for better than 50 years. You're well-deserved honor, and thank you very much for all your time and your service. Election day is tomorrow. Please, people, get out there and vote. Even though many of us are running unopposed, it's still important to cast your ballot, and remember to flip it over. You've got 2 very important propositions on the other side. Now, a couple of things about Veterans Day. First thing, I just got a text from Maria Bruni, and she asked me to let everyone know that at the Paramount Theater, any veteran on Veterans Day who comes in and purchases a ticket, they will get a second ticket for a showing free. So if you buy one, you get the second one free for veterans. The City of Middletown, American Legion Post 151 will hold their Veterans Day celebration this Saturday, November 11th at 10 a.m. at Post 151 headquarters at Wayweond Avenue. Now, the Town of Walk Hill, American Legion Post 1181 will hold their Veterans Day celebration this Saturday, November 11th at 11 a.m. at the Middletown Elks Lodge on Highland Avenue. So I wanted you to be aware of both of those. And thank you.
Okay, new business.
Okay, we have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey. Resolution authorizing $161,460 in budget transfers within the police department budget.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey, second by Alderman Tobin. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Dean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt. Resolution awarding the bid for Wolfslayer Field lighting to Harry Rotolo and Sons.
A resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt, seconded by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Green. Resolution authorizing a bond resolution in the amount of $3,506,810 for the water storage tank project.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Green, second by Alderman Johnson. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner. Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Kleiner. Resolution authorizing a proposal with Marshall and Sterling for workmen's compensation insurance for 2024.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Kleiner, second by Alderman Massey. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Ray. Resolution to accept a municipal legislative grant from the County of Orange in the amount of $4,999.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Ray, seconded by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Alderman Kleiner.
I know the mayor mentioned this, but I want to again thank legislator Mike Paduch for getting this grant for us.
Okay. Anyone else? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Jean Francois. Resolution authorizing the temporary borrowing of $500,000 from the general fund for the purchase and installation of 150 decorative light poles and light fixtures for streets, sidewalks in the downtown.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman John Francois, second by Alderman Johnson. Any discussion? Alderman Kleiner.
Also, I believe this was Assemblywoman Gunther who got this grant for $500,000 grant for our lighting downtown. So I want to thank her on the record too.
Anyone else? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Tobin. Resolution authorizing an amendment to a bond resolution for PPU extension on the ADA sidewalks and ramp improvement projects.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Tobin, second by Alderman Green. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt. Resolution authorizing an agreement with Orange County Youth Bureau.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt, second by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson. Resolution amending city code to create a fee for an electrical permit.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson, seconded by Alderman John Francois. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. President, in light of the events of the earlier committee meeting for legislation, I'd like to make a motion to table items 12.10 and 12.11, pending further consideration and clarification.
The resolution for the rental permits?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got a
And the volunteer
motion by,
fires resolution, they,
got a motion to table by Alderman Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Green. The rental permits, the next one.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that one's tabled.
Okay. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson. Resolution amending city code to create a tax exemption for volunteer firefighters.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson.
I put them together, I didn't realize they had to be separate.
Okay.
I would like to also make a motion to table item 12.11,
said
pending clarification and consideration.
So motion from Alderman Johnson to table. Alderman Ray will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that one's also tabled. All right.
We have a resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Ray and Johnson. Resolution declaring November 18th, 2023 Merit Winter Day in the city of Middletown.
Resolutions by Alderman Ray and Johnson. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. We have a resolution sponsored by Jean Francois. Resolution authorizing the closure of Union Street on Saturday, December 2nd, from 12:30 to 8 p.m., 12:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. for Yuletide on Union Street, holiday market and ice skating event.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman John Francois, second by Alderman Massey. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey. Resolution authorizing SAS electrical inspection as a City of Middletown electrical inspector.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey, second by Alderman Johnson. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt. Resolution accepting a $34,000 grant from the County of Orange Youth Bureau for the youth programs and outreach.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Green, Witt, right? Witt.
Right.
Alderman Witt, seconded by Alderman Ray. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Green. Resolution authorizing agreement to purchase a vacant parcel of land at 11-25 Harding Street.
Okay, resolution is sponsored by Alderman Green, seconded by Alderman Witt. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. We have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey. Resolution authorizing the re-levy of water and sewer bills into the 2024 tax budget.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey, seconded by Alderman John Francois. Any discussion? Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Audit.
All right, just prior to the audit, I just got an update from, text from Maria Bruni, and I may have misstated on the Veterans Day. It's buy one ticket, get one ticket free for veterans for either the 2:45 or the 7:30 showing of Killers of the Flower Moon on Veterans Day. I wanted to correct
You
that.
want to text Miss Bruni back, or
Pardon?
you wanna text her back? She's right over there.
Well, I wanted to make the announcement so people understood what I said before.
Yeah.
You're a smart ass.
Audit.
Mr. President, I move the audits be, or the accounts be audited, claims be adjusted, and the city treasurer be authorized for issues for the warrants for the payment.
All right.
Second.
Alderman Johnson. Roll.
Alderman Tobin.
Aye.
Jean Francois.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Green.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I need a motion to go into executive session
So moved.
for contracts negotiations.
So moved.
Alderman Massey,
Second.
second by Alderman Witt. All in favor?
Aye.
Now in executive